Well, hello. Today there's guys putting in a chain link fence in my backyard. Now earlier, about a week ago, they came and they put these posts in and they left with all these lined up posts. So there's going to be another crew coming, and that crew will be putting in all the chain link and the top rail and the gates. So that's what we're going to do, how they put in a chain link fence.
Well, the first thing we did was to obviously find out where the property lines were, and then they laid out everything with a tape measure. We decided where the gate was going to go, how the slope of the land, fits with the installation of the fence, and then they whipped out this big hole drilling machine. This thing is called the Little Beaver, and I looked on Amazon. You can actually buy this thing for like $3,000 or something. So this is an example. This next hole that he's going to drill, they hit some tree roots, and this thing just chews through tree roots like they're nothing.
So he's hitting tree roots, right?
Yep.
With this auger, there's no problem.
Nope. It goes through pretty good.
All right, let's take the camera down this 3-foot hole. You see how nice and clean that is? So they're going to fill each of these holes, these 3-foot deep holes, with lots and lots of concrete. So out on the street, they have this big truck, and they're hand mixing concrete. And then for each hole, they take a wheelbarrow full of concrete and bring it over to each hole. And I'm going to count how many times he puts concrete in there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, there's more. 6, 7, 8 shovelfuls of concrete. Now, do you think that's enough concrete for each of these holes? Wow, I'm going to get a sturdy fence. Then afterwards, he takes the posts, they shove them through the concrete. So there's going to be concrete on the inside of that post as well. They do it at the ends and the corner posts, and then they line everything up. So one guy eyes it from a post that's already been put in, and then the other guy takes a little level, and he sets it up, and the boss man tells him to push it in and out so it's perfect. Then he walks over to it. So I'm going to guess he checked just the bottom. Then he shoves it into the concrete, and then he goes back, and he taps it just a little bit in and out, and then it's perfectly set. These are aluminum ties that they'll throw in some of the holes to pull the bottom of the chain link fence down when they install it. There's a tie right there, so they take that and they bend it over the bottom part of the chain link. So everything's lined up here, and they're about ready to go, but they have to go to the gates and figure out what the drop of the gate is. That's what they call it. So it's going to be at a slant, and they're going to, make that gate back at the shop. So when they come, they'll be all ready to go.
1 week later.
Do you draw like a string line?
I do not. I eye everything. The eye does not lie.
They'll get a mark for him to cut the posts at a certain height. And they've got these top caps on. That's going to be for that top rail that's laying on the ground there. So all the posts have all their brackets on them. There's the top part, this part. This is a tension bar. The tension bar is going to go kind of like, right there.
One thing I did notice about the second crew, it's more peaceful and quiet when this part happens. I think they enjoy it. Okay, so now he's going to stretch the fence, and I looked this up on the internet. This is called a reversed PulJak Type A chain link fence and rebar puller.
So what's this thing called?
It's a pole bar.
So then you hook a come along up to it, right?
Yeah.
So there's a hook. There's the ratchet come along thing. And then that's how they pull the fence a couple of feet before it actually ends.
And then he grabs those gates that were already made, and he's going to put on the gates. This is the hinge. And the top hinge pin, and then he puts on the latch part.
There's a fence now. Oh no. So on the other side, I wanted to show how they kind of angled this big gate and made it. If you look over here, it's at an angle. These aren't exactly squares. They welded all these corners. There's a big support rail here. And then also there's a cable that goes from this top to the bottom corner that supports the whole gate. So this is a double gate. You know, you can open one side like this. And then if you want to do both sides, you pull this thing out of the ground. This one looks like it can only open in. Most of the time you're only going to be opening one side. All right, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.